Welcome to the channel, Mac Dr. Bill. By saying I thanks, I appreciate every single one of you has subscribed, like, and comment. We're working on the EK Civic back again. The car was not starting, no crank, no cold start. Alright, so I showed you guys what I'm doing. I loosened the alternator belt, got the belt out and soft, loosened the motor mount completely. I got 3 jacks. I got one holding the subframe, the frame of the car at the bottom, and one on the oil pan itself. You might ask yourself why. Well, today we're trying to attempt to replace the crank sensor. In order to do the crank sensor, you have to do all of that. It's not as simple as it looks. We have to get this cover out, and in order to get this cover out, we gotta get this pulley out. So the first steps to work comfortably is doing as I have it now, because if not, this was gonna be halfway. You wouldn't be able to get a socket or anything there. So that's the first steps, my steps in proceeding to remove this pulley so that we could simply remove the crankcase sensor cover. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys the new crank sensor, brand new one. To get it open one hand first. Simple wire, we have to go through all of that. This is your new one. It goes right underneath all of that after we take it out. So keep in mind that we're going to all that trouble just to install this. This is also some of the tools you need for that. We got harmonic balancer. If you got an impact gun, this is your socket you get. This 19mm. This is your notorious harmonic balancer. And you got your pulley too, which we're gonna use this at some point, and I'll show you guys how I use it and when I'm gonna start using it. So now that I have it in the air, I got another jack support in here. I'm gonna take out the wheel real quick so that we have access to get within the pulley to work in there. And I hope things works out. Waiting for my boy. He said he might come through to give me a hand to probably just help it turn it on. So until he comes, I'm just gonna keep doing things as I'm doing myself and show you guys a little bit how we're doing this, or how I'm doing this to get things done by any means. Hopefully we could hear the car on today. Alright, so I'm over in the floor. I'm gonna show you guys the tools real quick that are needed for this job. This pulley is for this. Simply goes in there, right in that spot, so the pulley doesn't move. This space over here is for a ratchet to lock in, which I'm gonna put it against the axle. Then over here you have your 17, which if I have the impact gun, that would the harmonic balancer come handy. But we're not gonna use this. We're simply gonna use a 17 with a long extension, support it at the end, and trying to get it out. That's what I'm assuming. Again, if they come help me to do things to turn on the car, I'll be more than glad and thankful. If case they don't, I don't want to get my hopes up. I just gonna keep on. I wanted to show you the tools that are required to do this. Harmonic balancer and this pulley, which that's what we need in this case with a 17. Long extension and a breaker bar. Alright, so I removed the tire. Obviously, got my 17 ready. It's gonna go with a long stanchion out here, something to support for when it comes time to loosen it up. The crankshaft sensor cable is in here, which one with the case removed. Once the pulley is removed, we could remove the couple screws that got left here, behind here, and we are able to take out the tail mail for the crank sensor. We simply install it, put the wire back the same way we took it out, put everything back, and hope that does turn on, which that's my diagnosis that that's what it is. God willing, it will. Días aquí, pues tú sabes, opiniones aparecen.
Muy gritan.
Muchacho, bien caro. Y no sabe todo el trabajo que uno pasa.
Otra vez, nene. Ese vídeo lo habían contento, lo iban a tumbar. Arreglaron.
Ok. Nuevo.
Gordito,
Eso es todo primicias para mí, pues te digo yo.
Ese es mi maestro, loco. Yo se lo doy en talleres, tengo talleres en Puerto Rico. That was my baby, son. Después de esa no nació más ninguna. La lady. Pero yo me compro algún día otra, ¿verdad? Pero la quiero poco, chiquitita, para enseñarla. No want a female. Las females son más protectivas. El mami and the kid. That's it, son. De ahí para allá, y Neri me dice que al otro día yo la llamé. Cuando estaba en Fonda. Pasé la noche ya en Fonda. Exploten, son.
Ah, shit. Los tornillos para atrás.
Ahora el cosiaco este, tiene que meterlo para arriba.
Yep. Ahí está.
¿Todo?
Sí.
Guagua y todo.
Hay que empujarlo un poquito para abajo, ¿verdad? Con el alicate mismo.
Bueno.
Alright boys, everything is back. I put the new crank sensor in place as you seen. Everything is tied up. The crankcase cover itself. The motor mount. The alternator, motor belt, the tire, you know, pretty much everything is done. So tomorrow in the daylight, I gotta go over again. He told me maybe the ground for where the thermostat is at. Last time one of the wires came undone, so I gotta make sure it crimp. Gotta take it out, make sure I crimp it right, maybe solder it, but we should be good money. We'll find out. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Alright boys, so it's the next day. We going over everything. I installed everything back on the EK Civic last night. I'm trying to crank it, still same result, but I'm gonna show you why. Right, we believe we got a ground issue. We confirmed that yesterday. I'm gonna show you guys right here. This wire is the one that goes to the motor, the side of the thermostat housing. It's like a 2-wire with a prong, flat. The one on the black Civic is bad. I fixed it the other day. I'm gonna show you guys. We came to look at it yesterday and just trying to change and grab this one. It came apart. So we know for a fact that the ground is a factor in the problem that we have. So I want to fix that this morning before I move on. Also, the gauge of the fuel is pretty low, so it might be an indication it might need fuel. Another thing, I didn't hear the fuel pump running, so it's something that I'm doing this morning different to make sure that we are having fuel, which I know we having fuel, but to make sure that the fuel pump kicks in. So we're gonna start with fixing the ground on the black EK Civic. This is just to show you guys the wiring harness is the stock one that was to that motor, and we have the same issue. These two wires, they go together, and this one is the ground, and it goes on a flat washer that goes against the thermostat on the side of the motor. A lot of you guys told me in my shorts to make sure that that ground was on. Also, that if you paint the motor, to sand it down so we had good ground, which I did. I cleaned it and trying to make ground. Chances are that when I put it back, it slipped off. So I want to fix it, trying to crimp it on the black EK Civic. Get it crimped up correct, and hopefully that's our issue. Alright, boys, this is the main ground that goes to the motor right there. If I could get the focus. So this one came undone, the negative, should I say the ground. So I fixed it last time. I'm gonna take it out one more time, clean this itself, crimp it up, and if I could get it soldered somehow, get it done. But I'm pretty sure that this is our issue. Gonna get to it. Seems okay. I'm gonna crimp it a little better, clean this, and clean the contact where it's supposed to tie. So yeah, we'll get that done. I just noticed something, boys. Might be nothing, but could be something. When I fix this wire, right? I opened it here only and stopped there. If you guys pay attention, this wire should have came all the way back here. Still got the old 1/2. So I'm wondering if electricity is going by here and they just get cut off, not enough to send down here. That might be the issue. So I'm gonna retry and attempt to open it again and move this wire all the way in here. Gonna be a little bit of work, but I'm gonna try to make it work. The only choice that I have. Again, this is where I fixed it, to here only. This is the old piece. So I wonder if I just grab and ground, cuts off, and doesn't go through. We only got one chance, right? Let's do it. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys something. I didn't even take it out yet. Look at the movement in the wire. So definitely did not crimp. You guys see it? It crimped somewhat, but not enough to get the signal. So I'm gonna attempt to take it out, open it all the way here, pause, and just simply push all the way down and trying to crimp it best I can. I think, and I'm pretty sure that's the issue. Alright, another observation that I'm making. By the time I cut this wire, check this out. You guys see the thickness of the wire coming out? You see how much I have here? So I might have made a mistake of pulling too much hairs. It's literally falling on my hands. Look. So it definitely got to be the issue. I'm trying to open it up so that I could put it all the way in. Pause. And crimp it out the correct way. I'm gonna clean it up as I put it there in there too. Alright, so I didn't have a soldering wire, but I crimped it as best as I could. Like I flattened it with a pressure vice grip. So that's definitely gonna have a little better contact. I'm gonna put the protective film over it and trying to put it back and see what's up. Alright, I sanded with sandpaper to make better contact. Both sides, you guys see a little bit shinier. Sort of. The screw down there, I cleaned it up as best I could so we have better contact. So we're gonna proceed to install it. Pray for you, boy. Hopefully this does it. Alright, boy. That ground is in place, cleaned up, cramped the best way I could. Wish me luck, boys. Wish me luck. Make sure this is not interrupting the ground, which is not. You guys see it. So should be good. Ready to tie it up. Plug everything back, put the intake, and see what's up. Alright, if you guys could see these 3 marks, that's on TDC. Covering, so we got the guide that lines you up with it. So this is on time. So it should be no problem. We're gonna give it a go. See what happens. Time of truth. We might need some fuel. Might not work, but we'll find out. I don't know. I think I did something. Watch. Alright, I adjusted the time a little bit. We got fuel, so let's give it a go. Alright boys, so time to give it a go. I got fuel on it, got spark, got battery. Let's hope. And I moved the ignition as y'all seen. Hopefully we could get it in better timing. Let's get it. Yeah. Well, here you go, have it. First cold start, boys. First cold start. We got a little bit idling issue. I know it. That could get addressed. Couple vacuums. But she's on. She's alive. Who would have thought? I'm trying to adjust the timing a little bit. Oh, the motor is healthy though. Paint is burning out a little bit. Remember, we painted on here recently, so that's normal. The motor sounds healthy, new oil, new filter. We gotta tweak things a little bit, yes. That's why I don't wanna step on it too much. I'm gonna turn it off, but we conquer our goal, boys. We did it. Check me out. I'm sweating. I'm hot, but I'm excited, boys. We freaking did it. I didn't do it. We did it. Every single one of you, they kept me motivated. They kept positive with this bill. $300, bro. I had the donor motor. All I had to put was my time. So this bill was literally a free bill on the channel, being that I had all the parts. Not too bad. Being said, might not be perfect, but if I could do it, you guys could do it. I went from just doing straight body work a couple years ago. It's been 8 years on the channel, and nowadays I'm doing my own swaps. Besides doing body work, I'm buying straight projects, just swapping motors and bringing them back to life. This is a car now, not a shell. That I had to tweak things up and, give it a TLC, yes. But we did it. Alright boys, so today diagnostic think definitely crank sensor, definitely the ground play a big factor in simply turning the car on. Whether the car have a rough idling, we need to tweak things a little bit, the car is running. So something as simple as a ground, I think, and I appreciate every single one that took their time to make sure and told me that I ground by the thermostat heater. There was some more to clean it from the motor being painted. If it was painted, wasn't gonna do ground. From actually checking the wire, that was good, it was crimped correctly. But also the crank sensor played a big factor, which that's what this video was about, installing the crank sensor / first cold start on it officially. So I'm so excited that I'm kind of all over the place, boys. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a month of struggle from putting the engine backwards. We all seen the video. We had the laughs, we had the giggles, we had a fun time. Then we fixed it. It's been one thing after the other one. Well boys, no spark on a cold start. Might have to do with something as simple as your crank sensor, to show you guys that we could do it if you put your minds into it. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap things up over here. Gonna wish you a beautiful Sunday. You have a blessed day along with your family, your loved ones. Thank you for hanging on, staying tuned with this build, the Black Widow $300 FB special. That I literally put no money on it because all the parts I had it. This was the motor from the EK truck, which it was the donor motor for the car today. Now today, one more car officially in the channel. With that being said, I'm gonna thanks and appreciate every single one of you have subscribed, like, and comment. Till the next time, peace.